It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From TD Garden in Boston, tonight, the Boston Celtics taking on the Chicago Bulls. Won by Chicago. Gets it in the left corner. Markkanen. And a pass stolen by Boston. And they called the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Off the mark on the first free throw. Oh, he missed on a pair. To Levine. Ball's out. Last touch by Zach Levine. Jay, for once, Trader Danny was Danny Ainge. Celtics didn't do that much, but Eastern Conference didn't see much change either.
Yeah, they didn't need to do anything if you're the Boston Celtics. You already have all the pieces to the puzzle. There's no doubt about it. The Celtics are now in the driver's seat.
With the fadeaway, burns him for the basket. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion, and it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance, and in their mind they do, but in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
Kyrie Irving, 2 for 2. That's what you want. Jay, you've known Kyrie Irving since he was a young man growing up in New Jersey. He's overcome a lot of obstacles, chief among them staying healthy and on the floor.
Yeah, Ed, he's been battling injuries since his freshman year of college, but the beautiful thing about Kyrie Irving is that he always loves the big stage. Making the game-winning shot in Game 7, he will continue to do so when he surrounds himself with great, inspiring leaders with the likes of such Kobe Bryant.
Substitutions, Chicago. Substitutions, Boston.
To Jaylen Brown. Won't go down.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
Yes, it drops. Little drama on that one. Ball's controlled by Boston. Hayward. To Rozier. Stuffs it down with authority. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Marcus Morris the rebound. Rozier with it. Leads 5. Hayward to Jaylen Brown. And he finishes at the rim.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
To Jaylen Brown. To Rozier. Has a chance. Wide open look, won't go.
But if great shooters keep getting open looks, it's a matter of time before they start knocking them down. You have to start contesting some shots.
Here's a chance from long range. Textbook defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
From long range, knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
You know what I love about this kid, Ed? His eyes never once wandered to where the defender was. They stayed fixated right on his target, the basket. That's why he's a prolific shooter.
To Jaylen Brown. Court Hayward, that's how it's done. Missed his first, that one goes.
The pro game has really come down to P&Rs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
The hot shooting continues. He's got 12 in the first quarter, including that trifecta.
And Ed, did you see how quick his release was? There was no wasted motion from the waist up.
There's a pass stolen by Chicago. Beyond the arc for three. Buries it.
He's most definitely got the hot hand behind the three-point arc. Anytime your first-round pick is shooting like this, your GMs and owners just sit back and smile.
Celtics have it. He cruises in for two. Too easy.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutes.
Let's go, fellas. It's go time.
Substitutions.
Ed, I'm going to gloat about my old team here for a second. Did you know the Bulls are the only NBA franchise to win multiple championships and never lose an NBA Finals series in their history?
6-0 right now. It helped to have a guy named MJ. But, Jake, think about this. If he's not gone those 2 seasons, maybe it's 8 straight finals wins. That's out. Last touch by Terry Rozier. Coach is going to shift.
From the start, let's do it.
Substitutions. Chicago. Entering the game. Boston Celtics.
Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Look, it's still early. Make your opponent work for those possessions. You don't want to start racking up too many personal fouls.
First one, count it. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair.
Match up, baby.
To Jaylen Brown. Able to convert inside.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Number 7, Jaylen Brown.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Showing you why he belongs here in this league with the best of the best. Efficient scoring out of the rookie here tonight.
Brown into the front court. They trail by 7. For 3. Can't connect. Deep 3 at the buzzer. First quarter's complete with the Bulls in front. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you. As we get things started here in the second quarter. Rozier into the front court. Right now, down 7. Doesn't get the bounce.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything, that's why shots aren't dropping.
Robin Lopez sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Fires the 3. He was all over him. Across the timeline, it's Rozier. He'll run the offense. Not going to have it this time.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Driving right to the basket. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Tatum. Tough shot. He hits.
Even though the coach initially may not like that shot, now he's clapping because that ball went in.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
The free throw, perfect. And the lead is up to 7. To Marcus Morris.
Hey, you got the screen right, screen right, screen right.
To Rozier. Rozier rocking the rim.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Has a look. Jumper's good.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Robin Lopez. That's 3 now on 4 shots. Rozier with it. Looking to make something happen. The screen sets him up for 2.
Oh, don't see the read. Be the read.
Chicago basketball. Fires the 3, shakes free, and hits.
When a rookie starts to believe that he not only can play, but more importantly, he belongs, nights like this become more and more common.
Oh, bad pass, and the Bulls have it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
And he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
There's a very fine line between maximum effort and carelessness. I'm willing to live with a few mistakes and maximal effort than having to constantly remind my players to close out.
First free throw is good. Two for 2 on that trip. Jay, it's Celtics last year. No Gordon Hayward, no Kyrie Irving. Now they have a load of expectations entering this year.
Now you think about when you have Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, who really came into his own in the playoffs, Terry Rozier, who became Scary Terry, probably a guy that can start in the league but now has to play a backup role behind Kyrie. This team is locked and loaded, and they're the favorite to win the East.
And count the basket.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Brown with it up top. They find themselves down 10. Lauri Markkanen sends it away. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Lauri Markkanen. Kyrie Irving, terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
This game is so mental. Trust me, some nights you give poor effort defensively, you can't make any shots, then you see the ball go in, boom, switch turned on.
The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, knocks it down.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
And the finish. Jay, Euro stepping for 2.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
To Irving. Nice pass to set things up.
And Ed, here's my offensive theory. More touches, more points. This is a fast-paced league. Either the coaches adapt or you'll be left behind.
Porter. Tough make through traffic.
Welcome to the league, young fella. But just because you got a bucket doesn't mean that you don't have to do your rookie chores after the game.
And they call it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Kyrie Irving has got 2 shots coming. A career 87% from the line. And hits the first free throw. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. to Zach LaVine. Markkanen. Count the basket.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Irving with the basketball. Down 8. Lets it fly from long range, and Kyrie Irving took the defense for a ride. Tough three-pointer.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing there.
Not easy.
He showed that he had great chemistry with his teammates on that shot. Keep getting him good looks, and the one will just keep scoring.
And a whistle.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Substitution being made in this one.
Subbing in for the Chicago Bulls, number 32.
Out of bounds.
Go time.
Substitutions, Boston. Stepping in
To Rozier. Bulls have it.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
Defense, let's go. Got it. Good trap, good trap.
To Wendell Carter. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. To Marcus Morris. Hayward. Chicago possession. To Wendell Carter. Can't connect from in close.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Markkanen. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Aaron Baines powers it through.
People at home, did you know that Aaron Baines played rugby growing up? He knows no other way but to be physical on the court because that's how he leaves his mark.
Trying to cash in. Deep two there, won't go. 4-3. Yes, give the advantage to the shooter.
And this squad just continues to light it up from long range. One of the things I learned about teams like this, teams that fall in love with a three-point shot, as quickly as they built the lead, is as quickly as they can lose it if they're over-reliant on the three-point shot.
Celtics recover. Can't connect from inside. LaVine has a chance, and he buries it.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
To Rozier. The drive, right to the basket. Took it down the lane, but it's no good. Porter. To LaVine. Carter. Going to launch beyond the arc. They need something to go down. It's no good. Brown into the front court. 14-point deficit. End to end on that one. 94 feet for the basket.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Here's a chance from long range. Tough shot. Well defended.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
step-back jumper.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Celtics have it. Lauri Markkanen able to recover with the block.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
To Porter. From long range. That's how you defend. Rozier into the front court. The deficit now up to 13. Here comes the screen. To Marcus Morris. Lauri Markkanen tips it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
And he knocks it down, Jay.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
To Porter. Count the bucket for two.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Across the timeline, it's Rozier. His guys currently down by 13. To Brown, down low. A lot of contact, no whistle. To Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine doing what he does best.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on, but the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
To Rozier. Oh, denied.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Boston with 4 to shoot. Rozier, shot no good. Beyond the arc for 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough 2 rather than an easy 3.
Hayward to Marcus Morris. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Hey, switch, I got him. Trap this, come on, we got
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Free throw good to cap off the three-point play as they continue to open things up here in the third quarter. To Irving for 3. Had made his first 3, but that shot off the mark.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Kyrie Irving controlling the offense.
Here we go.
To Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. To Irving. Fires the 3. And it's Lopez there for the rebound.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Timeout Boston as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Time for some new personnel into the game.
Number 22. I got him.
To Irving. And the finish at the rim.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Fires the three. Oh, that's how it's done.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a three is like shooting a layup.
Irving into the front court. Down a bundle. It's good. Coach wants to see more from his D.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
To Lopez. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Now that's a contest.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Kyrie across the timeline. His guys down big. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
The assist from number 6.
Irving brings the ball up court.
I got ball. In the stance, it's coming.
To Marcus Morris. Takes stock of the floor. Kyrie Irving lines it up for two. Not that time.
2 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Layup goes down. Well done.
I know I've seen this many times in various mixtapes. Add that one to the list, too.
Hands up. Hands up. I got ball. I got ball.
And Jay, they call the foul.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Time to shuffle things up. It goes down.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Runner's good there.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Kyrie with the rock. To Marcus Morris. From the outside, no good.
Don't let him split. Don't let him split. Hey, good contest.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want.
Irving, second effort. Oh, that's tough. Has a look.
Here it comes. Get up.
The shot, almost. That's rebounded by Chicago. Lets it fly from long range. Oh, good offense, beating good defense.
Look, the reality is some players have it and some players don't. There's a reason why they call him the one.
My ball.
Here's Irving into the front court. He'll run the offense. Why even try that time?
I'm gonna start calling him the windshield wiper, just erasing all the mistakes.
Three quarters down, it has been all Bulls. The Bulls in possession as we start the fourth quarter. And Jay, I'm as shocked as you are. Neither of us expected this.
Ed, I'm sitting here shaking my head because I am baffled. I thought maybe they could have given them a game, but I don't think anyone saw them with a double-digit lead to start the fourth quarter.
To Rozier. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
4-3. Drains it.
Everything looks great when you shoot the ball like this. And yes, Ed, this team does have some issues, but they are all masked and camouflaged with this shooting display we're watching.
To Rozier. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
To the rim, lays it up and in.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Deep left corner, Rozier. That's off the side of the rim, short. Going to launch beyond the arc. Man, that was a tough shot.
Well, there you have it. The defense just took notice of this young player on that previous shot. Guarantee you they won't leave him open next time.
Rozier with it. Looking to make something happen. The rebound cleared by the Bulls. Here's a chance from long range. Message received. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Here comes the screen. To Rozier. Denzel Valentine rejects it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
From long range. Great defense, forcing the miss. To Marcus Morris. Tatum. It's good for 3.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
To Rozier. Beyond the arc for 3. Rebound comes to Chicago. Bulls with the basketball. To Porter. Off the assist.
And when people talk about vision, people usually talk about the vision to make the pass. But how about seeing the chaos in the traffic before the pass even occurs? That's next level vision. How can I catch people out of position defensively? That's what we saw in that last possession.
Now whistle. We'll get a timeout called by Chicago as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the 4th quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitute.
Substitutions, Chicago. Into the game for the Celtics. Number 11, Kyrie Irving.
Add 2 points to the board.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
For 3. Not that time. He missed it. Fires the 3. He engulfed him that time. To Irving. Trying to cash in. Knocks it down. Off the step back.
This is where I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Fires the 3 and knocks it down. And Jay, the system produces once again.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
That's no good. It's Chicago ball. End to end on that one. 94 feet for the basket.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Cleaning the offensive glass. grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
When Kyrie Irving went out, we saw Terry Rozier become that guy for the Celtics, hence even getting the name Scary Terry. No doubt about it, he may be a starter eventually, and that may be a conundrum for the Celtics.
To Irving. Lopez there to get the rebound. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Rozier off the iron. No good. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not done yet. Otto Porter, tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Here comes the screen. Irving to Rozier. Rozier rocking the rim.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
To Porter. And a nice finish at the rim.
And Ed, not every pass needs to be a home run pass or thread the needle. Sometimes an easy kick ahead or an easy shuffle pass can make the game simple. The more simplistic the game is, the more efficient you'll be as a unit.
There's a pass stolen by Chicago.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
They got him in the first round to do exactly that. Make tough shots and help them win games.
Hayward. To Rozier. Hayward. To Rozier. And he's going to the free throw line.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
Terry Rozier at the line. And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. To Wendell Carter. Lets it fly from long range, smothering D. Porter. 4-3. Not done yet. Al Horford pins it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
To Hayward. Irving. Lauri Markkanen with the block. They've got it back. Has a chance. Deep 2 there, won't go.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Irving, shot off the mark. Good defense.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Free throws good. Add 1 more to the total. This game feels out of reach. Here comes the screen. Irving to Horford. It's rebounded by the Bulls. Going to launch beyond the arc. No good. That's great defense. on the painted area, won't go down. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
Deep three at the buzzer. Oh, how about that? A three at the buzzer. That's going to bring some icy stares from the other bench. This one is now all over.
The Bulls added a win with today's solid victory. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for it. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.